Hello and welcome to the TMZ Podcast. I'm Charlie Cotton, and joining me on the podcast today is my good friend, newsbreaker lovemaker, Devin Rahl.
Glad to be here, as always.
I'm glad you're
It's
here,
been a
bro.
while.
It has been a while between podcasts for us.
Do you think it'll be a smooth transition, or do you think we'll take some time?
A little rusty, probably.
Yeah, probably.
I'm a little nervous coming into it.
Are you? Like
Yeah.
a first date, kind of?
Yeah, I mean, it's like we're exes, and now now it's a first
Like
date again.
rekindling?
Yes.
Yeah, I like that. Let's get into it.
Let's get into it. Kanye, he goes on to an hours-long tirade on Twitter targeting Taylor Swift, Kim Kardashian. Man,
I thought this guy was off Twitter, wasn't he? He's back on, huh?
he's back on, and maybe more bizarre than ever, although that's hard to say. So we'll talk about that. This story is so interesting. A band member from Weezer, the bassist,
Mhm.
his wife was shot by police and then arrested for attempted murder.
One of the crazier stories we've covered in a while.
Yeah, there's a lot of
A lot-
details behind it.
Seriously, and a lot that we're still like trying to figure out what even happened here.
So we'll give you the details from that. And finally, Coachella's this weekend. Justin Bieber's already down there shouting at paparazzi.
Dude, I'm already kind of having FOMO about not going. We're dads now, though.
We're dads now.
I know.
No more.
No more.
No more Coachella for
But
us.
yeah, that was. I mean, I'm sure you're gonna have an interesting take on the Justin Bieber.
Oh, I
pap
got an
thing.
interesting take.
Of course you do.
Yeah, stay tuned for paparazzi defending paparazzi. We will remind you guys that we are live, and if you want to leave any comments about the stories, if you're into newsbreaker lovemaker Devin Rahl, let's hear it.
Are you trying to get me in trouble, bro?
What do you mean?
You're saying if they're into me.
Oh no, not into you as a sexual commodity.
Oh, just like have questions about the news.
Questions about the news.
Okay.
Questions about what are you wearing? The LA Rippers.
Oh yeah, shout out to my buddy who has a gym in LA.
Oh, it's called Ripping Gym.
No, it's called Blueprint, and actually the only reason I'm wearing this hat actually today is I woke up late and didn't have time to do my hair.
Well, that's a good plug
Yeah.
for your mate, and also
yeah. But shout out to Blueprint.
all right. Okay, on to our first story. Kanye West. Oh my God, bro. He just went on a crazy Twitter tirade this morning. Let's read out some of his tweets. He said, "I'm mad I haven't effed Taylor Swift yet."
I mean, he's kind of said that before, right?
Yeah, that's a
Kinda
standard.
paraphrasing.
Yeah. He says, "When I made out with Madonna, she was bragging about how she effed Basquiat and Pac. I was like, damn, she loved to brag just like me." Wow, Basquiat and Pac, it's a pretty good in your repertoire for Madonna.
Pretty good resume.
That's actually
Wait,
a
she said it,
compliment.
or he said it was Madonna, right?
Yeah. So
I mean, she's hooked up with the who's who, hasn't she?
She
I
has.
haven't heard those names, but
so far it's this is actually quite nice so far to these people. Kim Kardashian is my nanny. he
okay,
said. That's a bit mean about the mother of your
That's
kids.
a little rude.
Who's looking after your kids.
That's
'cause you
actually
don't.
the one of the more tame things he said.
That's a
though.
dig.
Yeah.
Yeah, he says, told Ray J we need to hit Kim from both sides for that superstar part 2.
Okay, someone take this guy's phone, bro.
Oh my
Come on.
God. He talked to directly to Lauren
Yeah, that's the
Pisciota
That's the employee of his that's suing him
for like
for I think
misconduct.
sexual
and-
misconduct and like weird texts and stuff.
He says, at what point do you get mad at the people that put you up to this? So he's saying that she's like a plant and she's being like, she's framing
being
him.
used.
Used.
Essentially is what he.
And finally, he says, sometimes I think, wow, I have rape allegations. Life is funny like that.
I don't really find that very funny.
Not that funny.
No, I mean he went on and on. I mean, I think the big thing that caught headlines, at least that we covered yesterday, was just the fact that he was blaming Taylor Swift for one of the reasons why he was never asked to do the Super Bowl. Did you see that one?
Yeah.
You can't. I mean, the guy's never gonna do the Super Bowl ever at this point.
Was he going to do the Super Bowl at some stage? But then the Taylor Swift happened.
Because I think he blamed the George W. Bush hates black people. He blamed the Taylor Swift thing. He blamed a few reasons of why. And then obviously the MAGA stuff. So he's saying that's why he was never. I mean, I think the Nazi thing is why he's now never going to.
Yeah.
But I do think the George Bush doesn't care about black people stuff. I think he could have done the Super Bowl after that. I don't
I
think
think
that
so.
that was keeping him from doing the Super Bowl.
I even think the Taylor Swift stuff probably wouldn't keep him from.
Yeah, and I think he was just referring to the whole like the award show thing.
Yeah.
That wasn't that big. of a
Nah,
big
that was
deal.
fine.
Yeah. I mean, to be honest, it's like you can't defend this guy at this point, but I mean, his catalog, I mean, he would crush the Super Bowl.
But
You don't like just music, just based off the music.
oh yeah, it'd be amazing.
I mean, he has hits. I
Yeah.
mean, he's a pretty has abstract ideas for not in life in general, but like for stages and stuff.
Well,
I
he
do
would like a swastika on the Super Bowl stage.
exactly.
Come out in
I
the
mean, I'm not saying I
hood.
defend that, but I'm just saying like in the past he's had pretty cool like set designs and stuff. I remember the floating stage. He would have done something cool for the Super Bowl. Never gonna happen.
Yeah, never gonna
Never
happen.
gonna happen.
Okay, on to our next story. This is the most interesting story of the week. I think we can say that.
The Weezer bassist's wife.
Correct.
Yes.
So the Weezer bassist wife was shot by cops in a shootout, and she was booked for attempted murder.
Right.
This is a very interesting story that starts with 3 people who aren't connected to her, who were involved in a car crash, got out of their car and fled into Eagle Rock, a suburb here, but try to get away from cops because they'd caused damage to multiple cars.
Right.
So they're trying to get away, and 2 of the 3 actually are still on the lam.
Which I don't even know how that's possible in today's day and age.
I don't know
How do
either.
you? Whenever I see those high speed chases, it's like, bro, how are you ever gonna get away?
Well,
There's cameras everywhere.
2 of them did, and the one that got caught, he was in someone's backyard. He took off his shirt and pants and got in his boxers, hopped into their pool, and then proceeded
That didn't work.
proceeded to water their garden.
Oh,
with
he
a
was just
hose.
acting like he
Yeah.
lived at the place,
Which is a pretty
kinda,
good idea.
Kinda smart, actually.
So Lauren lives next door. Weezer lives next door to this house that he was
Yes,
pretending.
Scott, her husband,
Scott, her
the
husband.
bassist of Weezer, and Jillian Lauren, his wife, were next door neighbors to where this was all going down.
Yeah, and it appears like she was kind of trying to protect her home or she was trying to defend herself, but she pointed the guns at the wrong people because she was aiming the weapon at police.
So that's what LAPD's saying. So, and when she aimed the weapon, they shot at her. There was firefight and it hit her on the shoulder. So she was shot during this whole exchange. So what ended up happening is she went back in the house and then eventually came out. I guess there was also a nanny there. They come out. She's obviously arrested. And then LAPD actually booked her for attempted murder, which is interesting because as far as we know now, it doesn't look like she shot at the officers because in their press release, all they're saying is that she pointed a weapon at a police officer.
That's not attempted
So
murder.
I guess the laws here in LA are that if you point a firearm at a police officer, that's considered attempted murder.
Wow.
We're trying to get to the bottom of it because there's some conflicting reports with like different audio that we're hearing and neighbors' accounts that there may have actually been. Like she may have discharged her weapon. I don't know what she was doing out of the house. Maybe the only thing I can think of is that she thought, hey, there's these weird people. Like maybe this guy scaled into their backyard.
Yeah.
Like there's someone on our property.
Yeah.
She's posted a lot on Instagram that she's like a registered gun owner. She goes to gun ranges. So I feel like those type of people, if you have a gun and someone's on your property, you go out.
It's your time to shine.
Exactly. Like that's why you have a gun.
Right.
So I think she went out there to see what was going on, and then I don't know how you don't realize that it's cops you're pointing the gun at. We're gonna figure this out, but she's still in jail.
She's still in jail.
So she was transported to the hospital for non-life-threatening injuries because, like I said, she just got shot in the shoulder. But she was eventually booked either late yesterday or this morning, and she's being held on $1 million bond. So she's not getting out of jail.
Weezer was a late addition to Coachella, happening starting tomorrow. Do you think that they will pull out of the festival now?
I don't think they will.
Get a new bassist?
Yeah, so because what happened was FKA Twigs had to pull out of Coachella because of a visa issue, I guess. So Weezer's taking her spot for the first weekend. Ed Sheeran's doing it for the second weekend.
So maybe Ed will just do twice.
I mean, that would be cool.
That'd be nice.
I'm sure the guy can play bass. He can play every instrument. But yeah,
he's gonna play for Weezer.
Yeah, I mean that would be cool.
I think that would be
we
cool.
reached out. It's kind of unclear. I'm sure they'll go on with the performance. I don't know if Scott will be there. I mean, his wife's sitting in jail right now with a fresh wound from a gunshot. So, I mean, if it happened to my wife, I don't think I could go to work.
No. I don't think she'd let you.
No, I would if I did, I would just be dead when I returned home.
Yeah. Then you'd have to be
yeah,
spending time
exactly.
in hospital.
Then I would be spending time in the hospital.
A few interesting facts I learned about this lady, Gillian Lauren. She's a very interesting lady.
Super interesting. Actually.
She was part of a harem.
I just found out what this was yesterday.
There was 25 women as part of the.
So it's like a cult thing where it's like these women are all like, there's one guy, right?
Yeah, over in like the sort of like. The Sultan of Brunei was his brother. So she was the brother of the Sultan of Brunei is like a big deal over there, apparently.
Okay.
And she was in the harem for his brother.
What goes on in these harems?
Just a lot of banging. But the girls get like treated so like lavish gifts, get paid. You're basically just like
Yeah, but what do they have to go through, bro?
Well, she wrote a book all about it. And she like, enjoyed her time over there.
Oh, she like spoke glowingly of the
Yeah,
harem.
she enjoyed her time over there.
Interesting.
She also wrote a book. She's a novelist, and she wrote a book about a serial killer, Sam Little. She spent time with a serial killer and got him to confess to all his murders because she's just got like this way about her. She's got a thing,
I mean, she's definitely interesting. Also,
she's interesting.
That I believe she did something with Zach Baggins recently. So she's in that world too. I don't know if she's gonna appear on his show or something, but
interesting story. Very interesting.
I mean,
story.
she's got another story or
Yes.
new material for
Yeah.
another book for sure.
Totally. Okay, on to our last story. Justin Bieber is down at Coachella, and
I'm so happy I'm talking to you about this. Actually.
oh, I've got thoughts, man.
Yeah.
He went out to get a sandwich or a coffee or something, and the paparazzi obviously were there too. Let's listen to some of their interaction.
Oh,
Good morning.
no, not good morning. You already know. Why are you here? You already know. You just want money. Money, 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 money. Money, get out of here, bro. Money. All you want, you don't care about you. All you want is money. Go, get out of here. All you guys want is money. Money, 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 money. Money, money, money. Get out of here, bro.
Okay.
Get out of here, money. That's all you care about, money? That's all you care about, guys.
What do you know
It's
about
money. You don't care about people. Only money. Only money. No people. You don't care about human beings. Go. Go.
So there we have it.
I mean, dude always looks comfortable, huh?
Well,
And
I mean,
also, isn't it hot out there right now? This guy's in a sweater.
well, I mean, that's part of it. Like he's wearing, he looks weird.
Yeah, I
He's
mean,
got-
he always kind of has a weird fashion.
I know, but
sense.
if you want paparazzi not to take your photo, maybe look more normal.
more
And there won't be as,
inconspicuous.
but like he's got one arm in and one arm out, looking
I-
all weird with
I
shorts
also
on, and
love how the guy's like good morning and he's just like not good morning.
Right.
It's not.
so I mean, for one, this feels just like Bieber's punching down at these guys because
Yeah.
these guys, this is their job. They do need money. They need to support their families like all of us. And
Mhm.
so they drove down to Coachella, the biggest celebrity festival in the world. And Justin Bieber's there looking disheveled and they're not supposed to take his photo. If you were in that cafe Justin Bieber was going into and you weren't a paparazzi, you would take his photo either to send to your friends or to sell to the media. So, I mean, is it so weird that there are people there doing it for a living?
I know this is this is your job as
Mhm.
well. So I totally get you defending it. I think on his side, I mean, he should be used to this at this point. I mean, this dude has been famous since he was like 13 years old.
And don't you think he's been like attention seeking with it all lately? Like he purposely goes out to celebrity hotspots and looks weird.
But this, I agree. And I think he is going. We've been reaching out to his people who said everything's all good with him. It definitely, at least on social media, seems like something's going on here with him. At least like mentally, with all his like erratic posts on social media and going live. So he's definitely like putting fuel on the fire of like people's interest in him. I mean, bro, this though, you do have to see that like. This is like a little coffee shop in Coachella, and yes, this is their job. It's a public place. They can do whatever they want there, but it's also like you can see his side of where this would get annoying.
I can understand it would get annoying.
Everywhere you go, like you're having your photograph taken and video taken, but it would get really annoying, but also he should be used to it. And the other thing, the bigger thing to me is if he just didn't say anything to them, there's way less likely that people would buy the photos and videos.
Of course.
By him interacting with them and getting upset and doing the money thing, unless he was just trying to send a message and didn't care, it actually backfires because they all did get paid.
No,
because
totally.
they probably got paid more because it's more interesting video.
Without a doubt. Without a doubt. I mean, Bieber is if he doesn't like the attention, and you're right, he has dealt with it all of his life. Move. Like, why do you stay?
Move. Coachella's at one location.
No,
bro.
no. Like, why you live in LA? If you hate it, or like, why don't you move to Hawaii, or why?
Or
don't,
back to Canada. He probably wouldn't get bothered
just
there.
if you hate it that bad, move. But also, like, I agree. These guys are doing their job, and it would get annoying. But Bieber knows these guys too. Like, these are the Bieber paps. He sees them all the time.
Yeah.
He just kind of snapped. And if I was a big celebrity and I had a bunch of people sort of like following me around, wouldn't the glass half full version be like, I got extra like security and eyes on me now? Like
that and also it's like, bro, you know that Justin is staying at some beautiful estate in Coachella that's probably very private. It's like, dude, if you're going through a lot or whatever you're going through and you're this bothered, bro, send your team to get you coffee and bring it back to you. You don't need to go.
He wants to be rich and famous, but on his terms. But you can't have your cake and eat it too. If you want to be rich and famous, you get the negatives as well as the positives. Sorry.
Right.
Okay, let's read out some of your comments. Bam Bam thinks Kanye is too funny. He's too sunny. Monkey Man says, when is Kanye going to join the podcast?
I mean, he did go on TMZ Live. I don't know if he overstayed his welcome. No.
Interesting. Maybe. No, I wouldn't. Would I have him on? Yeah, probably.
You would definitely have him on.
Enhanced Creators says the Weezer lady is a bozo.
I don't know. I need to find out more information. We need to find out what's going on.
She's an interesting
here.
lady.
Yeah.
Gianna. Oh.
That's Gina.
Gina Spinali says, disagree. If she is an avid firearm enthusiast, she knows you don't point a gun unless you're going to shoot it.
Yeah, but also it's like if she thinks there's someone on her property and she's in danger, I don't know. I need to hear from Jill.
David Zaldivar says Bieber channing his Johnny Manziel.
That's not
okay.
it.
Someone didn't write that probably. Channeling maybe. Bieber channeling his Johnny Manziel. Yvette Torres says leave people alone. Okay, I don't know who she's referring to. Probably me.
Probably you.
Stella says if people had held up their camera everywhere, everywhere I went, I'd be in a padded room going crazy.
Oh no, another shot at you. Okay, let's move on.
But then don't be rich and famous. Then don't be rich and famous.
I knew you'd want to defend this.
MM says, I love this host combo.
Wow, MM.
Same. Stella agrees, wants Devon on more.
Okay, Stellar.
And Gina again says, good morning, guys. Love the Dads Live today.
Wow.
We could have our own podcast, Dad Live.
We
Live.
do need to have like a dad podcast. I feel like people might be interested in that.
Me too. About how you work in the fast-paced news environment while also being a great dad.
Yeah, exactly, bro. I don't. I think you just killed our idea with that too. That just made it way boring, bro. Okay. I was thinking more about like just complaining about being a dad.
Okay. What you got any complaints before we go?
Let's go. No, I don't.
Okay. Okay. Thanks, guys. See you here tomorrow. Bye.
See you.